Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about travel. Social media in general is making a lot of people in our generation feel like there's something wrong with their life, and if they would have what they see others posting online, they would be happy, whether that be money or a certain body. And since this one specific trend has started online where people are posting a lot of pictures of their amazing travels, the same is happening here. And that's exactly what I would like to talk about in this video, because I have had that sort of life kind of for a certain time. I've been very fortunate to have been able to travel a lot in my 19 years on this earth, and one thing that I'm especially grateful for is that the places I got to see were often very different to what I was seeing at home in terms of culture, people, nature. I think being exposed to that kind of travel, especially at a younger age, has definitely formed me into the person I am today and the values I have. I traveled my entire life, and so over the years I really got used to this growth that I found within traveling. So even when my family maybe stopped traveling so much, I naturally made it a priority in my life and just would never buy any materialistic things and just save all my money to be able to travel. And part of that was extremely healthy because I was able to understand, and I still think that experiences are so much more valuable than anything I could ever own. But then on the other hand, I think over time I started to look for a sense of happiness in travel, which I was not able to find within myself. I think it's generally a trait we as humans have. When we identify ourselves too much with something on the outside, we tend to base our happiness on it after a while, whether that be travel, fitness, or alcohol. I think it's all the same thing that happens. So over the years, I have come to understand the very fine line between enjoying travel and everything that it offers, and at the same time understanding that anything on the outside will never ever fulfill me on the inside in the long run. So what I'm getting at is that I think the same thing is happening in our generation. These very specific travel photos that you see on social media, which often look too beautiful and too perfect to be true, are doing exactly the same thing. And I know and see so many people around me who on some level are very unhappy with the life that they are living, and they think that if they would have whatever they are seeing online, they would be happier, and whatever is making them not feel good at the moment would be fixed. So they chase that life, often never having the courage to move towards that, and at the same time always feeling unsatisfied with what they have, especially people who haven't been able to travel so much. I guess when I was younger, I never kind of chased that life too much because I never felt deprived of travel, but on the contrary, I coincidentally actually ended up having that kind of life for a while because, as I've said many times, I often go to Bali for some time, and on Bali you can kind of, if you want to, live that kind of life that you see on social media. It's great weather, you eat great food, you go to the beach, you drive around with your scooter. It's very similar to what people see online and they kind of want to have. Having experienced that for a while confirmed to me how many people cannot distinguish between real and fake on social media. Because when I came back and I would have a conversation with someone at home who knew that I had been on Bali, oftentimes the person wouldn't even ask me how my trip was, how I was doing, or how I was feeling, because they just simply expected that my life must have equaled what they see other people living on social media, which, if you think about it, makes no sense. Having have lived that kind of life for a short while, where a lot of people think if they had that, their life would be perfect, I can tell you from experience that that is far from the truth. But often we as humans need to experience things ourselves to be able to believe them, so I can only try to explain as best as I can. I feel like every time we chase a life that we see other people having, you forget the fact that you take yourself with you everywhere you go. If it's to the most beautiful place on earth or not, you are still the same person with the same insecurities and the same thoughts and the same problems. Traveling is for sure amazing, and I wish I wish for everyone to be able to do that more if they want to. But at the same time, we need to understand that these travel photos we see online portraying a perfect life, which can make us feel unsatisfied unsatisfied with the job we have, or the weather where we live, or the people around us, are a fabrication of life. They are not actually real. I also realized how much worse I saw my life at home than it actually was, because I was so focused on everything that sucked here and wanting to leave. For me, what was able to set me free from that was finding happiness and contentment no matter where I was. And now I feel like I have a healthy relationship with travel. I still prioritize it in my life and it's one of my biggest passions, but at the same time I'm able to understand that that will never fix anything I'm feeling on the inside. I could now stay in one place for years not being able to leave, or I could travel the world. There is so much beauty in travel and so much growth that can be taken away from it, but at the same time there is a lot of strength in staying in one place for a longer period of time and managing to feel good no matter the circumstances around you. For example, right now I am in my hometown, which is tiny. It is cold outside and it is raining and almost everything is still shut down because of the pandemic, but I am feeling better than I have ever felt. I think so much time would be saved and so much happiness would come if especially younger kids who are exposed to a lot of that on social media would be able to understand this and find happiness and contentment within the life that they are living. I personally believe that that's the only way we can move forward towards the life that we want, which is maybe a little bit different than what we are experiencing right now, in a healthy way. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts on this whole topic. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you very much for watching.